Excuse me, I seem to have forgotten to turn my microphone back on. Welcome back to Questing for Glory, Hope and Healing, supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So we are entering our final day of runs, but that doesn't mean that there isn't still time to get your donations in for this wonderful cause, and we still have several bid wars as well as incentives and prizes left to donate for. So if you haven't already, or if you'd like to once more, you still have plenty of time. So up next, we have a run of Valkyria Chronicles, any percent, by sniperdog147.
Alright, hello everyone. I'm sniperdog. We'll be doing VC any percent. You guys want a countdown?
Do you want me to count you down?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Alright, so one of the things with this game is this is book mode. Basically just smashing land. We're gonna have to do this every single chapter. But thankfully they're not too long, and they're a good time to actually explain what is going on. Which I should start doing, because this game is a combination of a third-person shooter and RPG. Although, for the most part, it's just going to look like a third-person shooter. As we'll see any second now.
Yeah, basically it's anime XCOM. Is the best way to describe it. Also, hi, I'm Frodo. Forgot to introduce myself.
Okay. Alright, so they're just going to explain like movement and sandbags. We're mostly going to avoid those, but they help you with defense. There's a really funny line coming up after I take out this sound. Alright, so we're going to just take this slow. We do not want any of these guys to live. So we're going to just go over headshots on all of them. And here is one of my favorite lines in the game. You won't be able to see it, but it's mashing. But it's going to say that using sandbags is going to ensure the peace of Valkyria. So that's a really funny way to word it.
I think my favorite line is, you'll hit somewhere within that circle.
Yeah. We'll see a lot of hitting within the circle. So I'm going to take this real safe. I'm going to go right up this guy. Normally we would like do this from the max distance and all, but that is not a good idea. So hello, Mr. Scout.
Yeah, we don't do that for during serious speedruns if we're going to go with max distance.
Yeah, this is a pretty big reset point. Alright, that's prologue. And just to point out, the reason we're using the Watchmen and not Alicia or Welkin is because they don't do victory animations. Basically, you'll see this in Chapter 3. Every time you kill someone, sometimes the unit will like have a brief little scene. You can avoid some of them, as I'll try throughout the run, but for the most part, a lot of them are unavoidable. Alrighty. So, Chapter 1, this is another really short mission. We have to take out the enemy leader, which is just right across the map. Now, to do that, we're just going to throw one grenade, and you're going to see the range of this grenade is very, very far. Like, I can maybe mess up, and I'll still get it. You have to use this, sadly.
Yeah, ideally you want to throw it behind the Watchman and not in front of the sandbags, otherwise the sandbags will take the damage.
It will be very bad if I were to do that. Or if this guy dodges. I have never seen that, though.
I haven't seen dodge either.
I've never seen a prologue dodge either. Which is surprising, because I have done like 4,000 prologues. Alright. And then the mission's not actually over. There's a tank. So first we have to watch the tank slowly drive.
I think we should bring up why this game is faster on PS4 than PC.
Oh yeah.
That's a big talking point about it. But yeah, this game runs faster on PS4. Main reason is load times, and we're not sure why. Even if you have an SSD on your PC, it won't load faster than PS4, even a normal PS4, which is very strange.
Yeah, there's also the fact that PS4 Pro and SSD do not make any difference on PS4 either. It's rather silly.
Yeah,
I
but it
don't
makes
think
it more
PS3
accessible
one.
for PS4 runners, I guess.
Somehow PlayStation Nation hasn't gotten any less complicated since PS1.
Yeah, and that's all we do. We have to run around the tank because we're playing on PS4. Because one of the silly things is non-tank units are going to damage you faster on PS4, but tanks turn slower on PS4 as well. So that's going to come up a few times. Pretty silly. Normally you could just run across in front of the tank.
Oh, there's a question from the chat. How does the Switch remaster compare?
The Switch remaster is really interesting. It's basically the game's easy mode. Anything that I say is easier on PS4 or PC, both of those will apply to Switch, because the game's damage is tied to frame rate. So because the Switch's frame rate is low, it is very safe. And another thing is it doesn't have the slow safety saves. You'll see when we have to start safety saving that on PS4, it's very slow. But not on Switch.
Oh yeah, so the old strat here, we used to like stay in one spot, but for this strat we take out a few enemy soldiers, mainly the ones that have CP.
Yeah, it'll make the 2 enemy turns where I have to wait for a little bit faster. It's like 15 seconds, but it's generally worth doing because those guys usually go out. And now we wait. Sadly, this is unavoidable, even on New Game Plus. Gotta have to wait until we get a tank. I guess that's a bit of spoilers, but it will happen in about a minute. Good job, guys. Alright, now we get to see what happens. Nice, we save 10 seconds. If that first bullet does not hit that guy, they're gonna fire at each other and it's gonna waste 10 seconds. That's actually a good turn one. Yeah, Lisa's gonna get scared, but the gate is not in any danger. Because we will be winning next turn. Oh, nice. We actually don't want that guy to die because it's slightly
Oh wow!
slow. If only he would
very
attack.
close to death.
Yeah. If only he would attack, because he'd be faster than the Shock Trooper. Oh, the Watchman. Aw. It'd be funny if we would have gotten the rare Watchman death. Marathon run. Ah. And here is our tank.
Or the main villain of the game.
The tank is a special part of VC runs. If you've ever played this on PC, you probably remember it controlling really badly. It controls a little better on console, but it is just as inaccurate.
Yeah, the biggest enemy here is Welcome's inaccuracy with this tank, and you may see that later in the run.
Yeah. For this, we're doing it, like, intentional. Like, this is literally just the quickest you can get it. But there's still a chance you will miss, even though we are relatively close. So we're gonna hit this. This is the weak spot. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Good job,
the
Welcome.
glowing backside. In case you can't tell.
You shouldn't miss this, because we're gonna go for the body, and we're even gonna adjust. Good job.
Yeah, sometimes you can hit the treads instead, and treads have their own HP, but it doesn't kill the tank. So you have to. So sometimes you have to aim up.
Yeah. Just a little safety thing. But Vulcan actually had a good start. And that's more or less the tutorials of the game. We're actually going to be introduced to the HQ, but other than that, it's going to be a little faster.
Yeah, this is probably one of the major RNG parts of the game is getting your units.
Yes. Hopefully it goes well.
Yeah. So in this command room, Eleanor explains, or Captain Varrot explains classes and gives us a selection of units we can have. We can select up. We have to select up to 20, but there's certain units that we're looking for.
Alright, nice. We got our scouts.
Yeah, so Wavy or Nancy is one of them, and then we need like 3 or 4 male shock troopers, and then two certain lancers. I think it's
Yeah, it's Yoko and Theo. We only need one though.
Yeah.
Alright, nice. We're good on units. We got everyone actually.
Oh, that's nice.
So no more HQ visits. So we would have gotten bad luck here. We would have had to go back at certain chapters. And if we got really bad luck, we'd have to reload a save. But thankfully, none of that is happening.
And yeah, the side sniper we wanted was Marina.
Yeah. Well, we end up using her very, very late in the run, but it's very good to have her for a marathon.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our leveling up. We're going to fill up a chalkboard. And when our units, like, we're leveling all the units up at once. So, like, all the scouts get leveled up when we do this. So we don't have to level up, like, individual people. We're just doing this for an order that we're going to use for some of the game chapters. So very nice.
Getting engineer to level 3 gives us the defense boost order, which is going to be used a lot.
Yeah, it's probably the most used order throughout the run.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Alright, last menu. Yeah, you actually have to do this. If you try to leave during this, the game will say, hey, you need to visit everything first. But we actually do need something from each of these places anyway. So we would do it no matter what. This is where we upgrade our equipment. And later our tank. Alrighty. And that's our first HQ. We're gonna talk for a little bit, and then we'll start to pick things up.
The chat's talking about the Skies of Arcadia cameos, because you got Vice.
Ah, yeah. Sadly, he is not used in this run. There's a really specific strat for him in New Game Plus for the final boss, but it doesn't have too much use in this category. Alright, time for Chapter 3. We're actually going to have to deploy units now. Before, we would just have everything set the way the game intended, but now we get to change things a little. Fortunately, the menus aren't in that bad of a category. For that, we just smash. And we get to watch this beautiful cutscene every single chapter, except for, like, 2.
Yeah, VC4 you can actually skip these cutscenes, but this is not VC4.
Yeah, they actually, every game in the series, it's kind of unfortunate. They never updated it. Alright, we're gonna go to our shock trooper, and we're gonna actually use sandbags for a little bit of a movement boost. And we usually use scouts in this game, but we're actually not going to be doing that until Chapter 5. In this case, it's just a short distance, and we'd have to defense boost to do it. So we're going to grenade this guy and hopefully cooperate. Oh, grenade went on an adventure.
Oh, this is what I usually get sometimes. That's my bad luck right there.
So instead, we get the double kill. No.
That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, we get the cutscene.
Yeah, you get a little cutscene if you defeat that red shock trooper.
Yes, we move forward. I was aiming at that guy, but the game just didn't care. That's really funny. So we can avoid this and everything. Yeah, so way too many headshots. Alright, that was a fun chapter, 3. That happens sometimes. I'm pretty sure it's position-based, but I've also had it happen in a lot of spots.
And somehow I get that grenade bounce a lot. I don't know how, but I do.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate. I've never seen it on PC. I'm not sure if it's just a PS4 thing or not.
Oh yeah, Book won't introduce sub-episodes, but we skip them.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
I
have to
should
pay a
do
little
it.
more attention, basically. Alright, coming up is the only offensive use of an engineer in the run.
Yeah, so the safe strat is to use Alicia, but the more optimal strat is to use an engineer. Because of the grenades, is that correct?
Yes, basically engineers have 3 grenades, so we're just gonna grenade all of our obstacles. Whereas usually you'd have to use 2 scouts, so you have to use one of them and then run another scout up. Saves like 25 seconds doing this. And we're gonna have our first order of the run, defense boost, because we're gonna take a lot of damage.
Yeah, engineers are very frail, so they definitely need the defense boost.
Wonder if Claudia will get City Kid. That actually is a like mini defense boost. It's not too important though. Alright, so our first grenade, we need to get rid of this wall. We're gonna run right around here. And then we have another obstacle, but we're not going to shoot anything here. We're gonna let this guy do it for us.
Yeah, shock troop is very handy.
Then I'm gonna run and heal. We're not gonna cross that line. Don't want to do that. And then we have a base to clear. We have these 2 guys to take out. So we're gonna do that with our remaining 2 grenades.
Oh, and engineers also have large Ragnate, so if even they get like too low HP, they can just heal it all up.
Alright, first one. Alright, that's good to see. Yeah, so right there what I did is I changed weapons before entering a target mode because it's like slightly faster. If I was at lower HP I wouldn't do that because you take a little more damage.
Yeah, as far as we know about Japanese voices versus English, I don't think we've actually timed them for this
I've
version.
messed with it and didn't really see anything. Japanese text is faster though, but only for tutorial boxes.
Okay.
And it's only like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know in Valkyria 4, English voices are actually faster, apparently, which is interesting. Considering it can make a difference in this game.
Alright. Time for a little longer of a chapter, and the first scary one.
Yeah, this is where you're likely for your first safety save.
Yes, we mentioned this earlier. But we deploy units.
Yeah.
PP.
Yeah, we need to deploy everyone that has a command point. So that's Largo and Rosie, as well as Alicia, but Alicia's already part of the group.
Yeah, Alicia's like, you never really think that you're deploying her for CP because we use her for basically every scout mission. Just because he's the first scout. So again, defense boost. And she's gonna go on an adventure.
Yes, this is the side of Alicia shenanigans.
Alright, so Alicia has to go on a very long adventure to get to the base. We can only do this in one turn anyway with the scouts. Just because how far away it is. No engineers here. Even though it would be convenient to have all their grenades. Speaking of grenade, we're gonna use one once again to clear up half.
Yeah, as long as that box in the corner is removed, you got a straight path to the base.
Yeah, and we are gonna save, because this base is pretty RNG dependent whether we'll actually clear it.
Yeah, so what sniperdog's going to do is he's going to shoot a scout that's crouching behind sandbags. Now we can't use a grenade because he just used one on the boxes to make a path. And we're hoping... Oh, this is not a 2-turn. 2 turns for good RNG. Because you save a CP and you can just aim for the other 2 people in the base. But now Alicia has to hit everyone, every shot.
Yeah, the real scary if anything dodges here. We will have to start over. That's something I hope we do not see this run.
Alright. So these 2 shock troopers, they're pretty scary if they happen to turn around and shoot you. But they shouldn't take him out.
That was a little scary. But we're good.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, Alicia has hit 4 out of the 5 headshots on both the shock troopers as well. So if she misses 2, you have to load up the save.
Alright. We're gonna let that guy shoot at us so we have plenty of health and makes it a little easier to aim. Alright, onwards to chapter 6. This one is a lot shorter and more straightforward. Like, literally, it's just a very long line we'll be running.
Yeah, it might be a good time. Is it a good time to refer over to donations, or...?
Yeah.
Roger that. So we do have a couple more donations that have come in. With a $5 anonymous donation with no comment. We also have a $10 donation from Le French Restream. No comment on that one, but that does give a reminder. We do have 2 restreams for this event. If you prefer watching in your favorite language, we have Japanese and French, which you can access in the links that I will have on chat right now. But twitch.tv/LeFrenchRestream and twitch.tv/Japanese_restream.
Alrighty. Yeah, this is just similar to the other chapters. We're going to use defense boost and run a very long line. Although we will be healing a few times.
Just as a reminder, we do have several upcoming incentives. We do have a couple for Final Fantasy VI, which is going to be our closing run of the event. We have the upgrading to 100% from any percent glitchless, currently sitting at 2,549 out of 5,000. So about halfway there, but we still need plenty more to get there. The incentive to use shock on the final boss, which is at $37 out of 750, and $150 out of 1,500 has gone so far to hexaplexing the train. You think suplexing the train is great? Wait till you see that one.
Yeah, we're probably gonna heal here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a bit scary not healing there.
As long as we don't get a dodge. Well, if we get a dodge, then we'd have to do a lot of stuff anyway. Alright, we were fine. Alright, now we're done a lot of the early missions. We're going into the second HQ they're on, and it's a bit of a long one. About 3 minutes.
Yeah, the upcoming mission is a very heavy RNG mission. It's probably the heaviest in the game as well. So it's definitely a good time to just go into base and upgrade, because I'm pretty sure people will remember this mission if they played this casually.
Alright. Yeah, so first we're gonna do a lot of leveling up. We're gonna try to level up everyone on the same action, just lower the amount of animations. Eventually this will be 74833. It's gonna take a little while.
Yeah, I believe Nitrogon came up with this leveling here, which is really good for...
Yeah, it hasn't changed much.
Yeah.
Some of the mid-game stuff has just been like put off, but overall it's the same goals. And this is the order we want for the next mission in Demo Boost.
Levels give you orders and more potentials and extra stats. So we just got Demolition Boost there, which is going to be actually really important for this upcoming mission.
Alright, now we're going to upgrade a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, class upgrades are at level 11.
Yeah, we'll not be seeing those for quite a while. Till Pendo. Alright, this is important as well for the kill increase payload. We're just going to get additional armor just because it's there. Now for some upgrades. These are to increase accuracy, although I don't think we'll see the effects of it. And this is important for the kill. Alrighty. Time for Chapter 7. This is the longest chapter in the game. Well, including the menu. And it's probably going to be a lot longer. This is also where we're going to use those lancers we got earlier. We will explain why we need them in a few minutes.
Yeah. I actually watched the 2015 RPG Limit Break run, and yeah, it's it was interesting they put the engineer on the other base camp. So this strategy has developed a little bit.
Yeah, 7's gotten a little cleaner throughout the years.
I'm pretty sure this is nobody's favorite mission of this game.
Yeah.
I've only played about half of this game, and I remember this mission from 3 years ago.
I remember this mission very well, because I spend a lot of time here. I'm gonna try to take out both these guys at once.
Yeah,
Nice.
so this shock trooper thing here is mainly to clean up. So we don't have delays in the enemy turn. Because we have to go through some enemy turns here.
Alright. There's
Oh,
another.
that's really nice. Wow.
Yeah. So we're just figuring out stuff because we have to wait till turn 4 till we can play the game. And now we're just gonna hide. Alright. That's nice. So Maximilian can use orders too. Every time he does this is like 10-ish seconds. It's not a big deal though.
Although it is for over 3 turns. So
Yeah. The
if
final
he does it every turn, it's a 30-second time loss. And it's not good if he uses it on the last turn.
Yeah, it can be a little scary. Oh yeah, this is where we're fighting, by the way. It's a big tank. And we're gonna get a tutorial this turn, and then next enemy phase will be when we start playing the game. Alright, we got 2 order. That's not the worst. And there's the big glowy weak spots for the tank. Those are gonna be what we destroy. But they're a little different than the other weak spots, because they like to hide after we destroy one, and then make us have to wait a bunch of turns. So we don't want to do that.
Yeah, until the tank hits the fire again.
So first, demolition boost. We need this so Vulcan can be useful with his mortar. We're gonna shoot like here. Alright, that's gonna do a little bit of damage. Doesn't look like much, but it'll make a difference. Now for fun.
So this is where the RNG begins. So what sniperdog is going to do is run up against the tank, and hopefully Tank Slayer activates and shoot each of these radiators one at a time until his ammo runs out. But we don't want to destroy him yet.
Yeah, we have to wait for Tank Slayer 11 times. So it can take a while. Hopefully we get pretty good luck. Alright, time for ladders.
Yes, for some reason, ladders, even though we don't need movement points, it actually helps us activate Tank Slayer. But it can take a while.
Yeah. That was a pretty cooperative Largo.
Yeah, Largo usually gives me bad luck when I run.
Next 3. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, Yoko tends to be good about activating tank style, although sometimes she control you with Born Leader potential.
Yeah. I have had so many bad tank slayers that I've kind of just assumed they're all bad at this point. But that was a polite go.
So now all the rays are pretty low HP. So
Yeah,
really
we're
good time for the Edelweiss to come in.
Alright, and that is phase 1. We are not quite done this fight yet.
Yeah, so normally you're supposed to take them out one at a time and wait for the Batmans to shoot again in order to get to come up, the rays to come up again. And you're normally supposed to use a engineer to throw a grenade into the slot as well, or just any grenade throwing one units. But yeah, we just took them all out once, so that's basically the only sequence break in the game. One of the only
Yeah. Weapon's gonna talk lunch because he's confused.
the game's confused. So Theon's kind of special. He's actually got 2 tank slayer abilities, and they can stack, but it's very unlikely for that to happen.
Yeah, if we get it on one of the first 3 shots, we'll actually be able to do this much faster. But it's not really required. Alright, unless we get any of the armor, we gotta see an engineer again. Alright, we will be seeing an engineer.
Alright.
This will be their last appearance, sadly. But they get to do one engineer thing. So one thing we probably didn't mention is that engineers can restore ammo. This is the one time we need it. We're gonna hide them just so they don't shoot along with us. You don't want a team attack.
Yeah,
They're a
team
little slow.
Yeah, they take longer. Also, you may have noticed that there is a Valkyria here, Silvaria, but she is a non-issue.
Yeah, we won't be seeing much of her throughout the run. She's usually like off screen, maybe having some dialogue. She's pretty harmless in the speedrun. There we go. And that's chapter 7.
Well done.
Honestly, not bad luck for a marathon. Unfortunately, the next edition is a 7-minute auto-scroller. Where we walk very slow. 7 and 8 1 back-to-back are 2 of the slower missions in the run. Alright. We didn't mess up by selecting Welkin first.
Oh yeah, Alicia's a sprained ankle here.
Oh yeah. We should probably explain that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why Alicia's movement is impeded, and yeah, she has lower defense, I think, as well.
I don't think
No,
so.
no, wait,
but
no,
she's
she
very
doesn't.
slow. She moves very slow and does not
just
have
moves slowly.
movement.
Yeah. And her AP is like reduced to like a just above a sniper's, or maybe the
It's
lance as well.
not very good AP. Alright, we're gonna get a few cutscenes explaining the shortcuts. And then we're gonna heal Alicia up a little bit.
Yeah, so the game doesn't really care whether there's walls between the characters, it only cares about the distance. So we can just heal Alicia's AP through a wall.
Yeah, it's really nice because otherwise we'd have to like do a completely different cycle for this because there's gonna be these searchlights and we have to have cycles for them, but they're really easy to make.
He also stops in front of the bridge even though he has some AP left, and that's because he can mess up with the enemy cycles here.
Yeah. Alright, we're good. As long as that guy on the top moves twice, then it should be correct. Alright, and now they're going to explain the searchlights that I was mentioning. We don't want to be seen by them for the most part.
Yeah, game spotter one means you have to stop in place and a mortar strike will happen around that area. And mortar strikes also just waste time. This next turn is going to be a little bit scary.
Yeah, I'm going to safety save just in case we get a dodge, because that is very bad.
Yeah. There's basically an enemy ace that's going to try and shoot at Welkin, and if any of Welkin and Alicia die, it's you have to restart the mission. Enemy ace is like a stronger unit than the average unit, if anyone's wondering.
Yeah, and they dodge a lot. Thankfully, the only one we're gonna fight in the entire run is a sniper, and they're literally not able to dodge. Otherwise, it'd be a pretty big problem. Alright, now Alicia gets to go on an adventure.
Yeah, so in order to get more movement, yeah, we're gonna blow a mine under Alicia's feet. She's okay.
Yeah, C can still be fine. C's at low HP, but C won't die. Alright, we get lots of orders. It's the reason we do not want to watch extra ones, they're very slow. And now the rest of the mission is a few minutes of walking. Because it takes a while because Alicia's very slow.
I suppose in that case, it's time for me to chime in. Once again, everybody, we are questing for glory, hope, and healing, and we are seeking to raise money for NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. We are down to our last day of runs, but we do ask if you haven't already, feel free to give us a shout out on social media with the hashtag QFGHH, along with NAMI's hashtag of #notalone. NAMI is the largest grassroots mental health organization whose work is focused around the 3 pillars of education and support, awareness, and advocacy. They engage in federal advocacy and support state organizations in their state-level advocacy efforts for mental illness. They also operate a national helpline available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, which Provides information, referrals, resources, and compassionate, understanding trained volunteer to support the caller.
Alright. Towards the end, we're just gonna take these lights, because we're not gonna have any more turns. We'll be winning on this one. Just have to take about, what is it, like 30 seconds for Alicia to get there.
Yeah, game squad as Vulcan is much better than game squad as Alicia, I think, because his running speed's like at full speed.
There she goes. Alright. Next is 8-2, and we're going to be doing a bit of a Silvaria strat for this. Might have to reload a few times, but it's all good.
Are you going for the upgrade later?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a fun route. Normally, we would go to HQ here, and we would get our scouts to elite, and we would get a grenade launcher. But I'm not going to do that because it's about a minute slower. And even if we have some reloads, it should still be faster. Unless we get very bad luck. So anyway, Alicia and Vulcan were separated from everyone else. That's why we were walking in a forest. But now we're going to get back together. And by Alicia and Vulcan, we just have to be Vulcan there.
Yeah, Welcome's objective here is to get back to the A device.
There's going to be some mines that we actually want to avoid them. Because this HP Vulcan's is dead.
Yeah.
We used to boost on them, but not with this strength.
Yeah, not with Welcome's HP as it, well, not HP, just level as it is. You have to be elite to be able to tank him.
Alright. And Vulcan is back to the tank, and we are immediately going to safety save because not even talking about the risky strat, just Vulcan shooting this wall is and we have just enough CP for it, so anytime he misses, I have to reload. And that's a weird castle wall just in the middle of a forest. Not really sure how it got there.
Yeah, the fastest way you can take it out is with tank shots. I don't know if you can take it out with lances, but it is really slow.
Sadly, you cannot.
Yeah.
I have tried. Alright, and we are going to safety save again. You could run it over with the tank, but that just would take a very long time.
Yeah, we can't protect the scout that needs to actually get the base. So there's a reason why we have Wavy, and that's to activate Power Scout.
Alright, no power scout. There's still a slight chance. Oh, wait. That was really clutch, Wavy.
Nice.
He literally got power scout the last second. If we didn't get that, it would take 5 headshots for this kill. And we could be here for a while. Thankfully, 8-2 was very cooperative this run. I could potentially go on for basically ever if I wanted to. Anyways, now for some book mode movement. I have to pay attention for this one. There's 2 things I have to avoid. And we get a rare enemy turn going first.
Yeah, this is the only story mission where the enemy turn goes first. The enemy is also not the Empire, it is the Federation. And the goal here is to stop the engine of this APC who has the princess of Galia kidnapped in there.
Yeah. So because we don't want to kill her, we can't use explosives. So we have to use, like... We're going to use a shock trooper for it, but you could use a scout or a sniper in theory. There's been routes that have used both in the past. Well, in Union Pulse. Right here, we just use shock trooper. Alright, after vroom vroom, we're gonna do demo boost. Because the APC is an armor unit. This could potentially be scary, but hopefully it will not be. Close to one cycle. Always like a bullet off. But anyway, we have a lot of HP, so it should be good.
Yeah, you use the defense boost order, so that's why you have the extra CP.
Yeah, the old strat we would run real close to the APC, but we would use defense boost so we don't die. But it's a little faster. Even if you have a 2 cycle, it's still a few seconds faster. Alright, time for tank mission. This one's a little more fun than the previous tank missions, so assuming it goes well. This is like probably my favorite mission to execute. But also every single action in it is RNG. So this is basically like 8-1, except instead of moving Alicia and Vulcan, we're moving the tank. So we only deploy those units for extra CP in case things go very wrong. But the entire mission, we are just going to slowly be snaking the Eldelice around. If only we were an APC, be a little faster. I have had dreams recently about this mission where I could use other vehicles, but sadly I have to use the tank.
Yeah, there's no APCs in this game.
So, round 1, welcome. What do you have? Good job. So Vulcan's going to be taking out a lot of enemies on the way, so we can have faster enemy turns. So hopefully he doesn't miss too many times. I'd be happy if he only misses like 2 or 3. And there's a shock trooper, but we can't see them, but I know where they are. Right at that lamppost. Alright, and that was a perfect turn 1, so we're gonna have a lot of spare CP for the other turns. Truly only the 3rd turn that's a little scary. The other turns, pretty rare for them to go wrong. Alright, we're gonna get warned about searchlights and how dangerous they are, but they don't really do anything to the tank, and also the Eldelice is not very good at avoiding them. Nice
Yeah.
job.
And because we're in a tank, it's we don't have to worry about getting shot by snipers either.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's a double kill we want to get there. Just because those guys like to move around. And now we have a ally.
Yeah, we mainly beat those guys just so again to reduce enemy turn time.
Yeah, if they live, it's not a big deal. They'll just like try to shoot you, but you're a tank, so it's not a big deal. They sometimes try to grenade you, but it doesn't do anything either.
Yeah, I think they tend to throw grenades so they can stop you.
Alright, nice. That Lancer can occasionally see us, but if you position your tank correctly, they will never see you. And now for fun turn. We have to kill 2 Lancers, one of which is sneaky and hiding, and shoot another blind shot. And Vulcan is pretty inaccurate on this turn most turns.
Yeah, he's even inaccurate with the Gatling gun sometimes as well.
Yeah. Alright, so there's our hidden Lancer. Good job.
Yeah, that's a very good turn 3. Oh, probably shouldn't say it yet. Okay. Yeah, probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry about that.
Yeah. That's a silly one to end on. I was about to say, do I trust Vulcan to do body shots? Now we're gonna position our tank. Not the best position, but it will not result in us dying, so it's good.
As long as the Lancers don't shoot you, it's good. Yeah.
Alright, and now this is the final turn. We're gonna do what we did on the previous one. We're gonna take out this thing, and then go to the goal. I believe we're gonna need a little extra movement because I ended in a weird spot, but it's not that long time loss. Like a few seconds. Just short. Alright, and now this is the menu that I mentioned in what was it, 8.2?
Yeah.
We usually do it earlier, but we're gonna do it here. So it's just a lot of leveling up. Alright. So we're gonna be getting scouts to 12 and shock troopers and snipers to 8. For the sake of the next mission, the most important thing is scouts, because we need a specific order and them to be elite. Alright. Congrats. And
Yeah.
one more.
Yes, once a scout hits, or any unit hits level 11, they promote to elites, and they get extra stats or an extra weapon depending on what class they are.
Yeah, unless they're snipers.
Yeah.
Or snipers. I love when we get the message for it. We'll get it in 14. It'll just say, congratulations, they're elites. They won't give them anything. And one thing is, the next 4 missions are just like the Alicia missions. We're
Yeah,
gonna
like-
be here a lot.
Yeah, this mission's quite different because we had to do this over. This isn't a one-turn mission, mainly because Alicia's AP will be too low by the time.
Yeah, this is a very big map. It's one of the few non-one turns in New Game that isn't like an auto-scroller. And I'm gonna have to heal because this is a marathon. Normally, wait. Okay. One less bull and I would not have had to heal.
Yeah, I had that lance to do like 287 damage, HP damage if they like hit your body. But
Yeah.
I think a headshot like is one shot.
Yeah, I remember the first run I ever did of this game, I got a headshot here. Anyway, hopefully that does not happen here. Alright, the last enemy will be the tank that we do not want to hit Alicia. He's pretty far away though, and tanks are not accurate as we will see. Alright. Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah. I think it's if you do get hit by a tank, the Lancer tends to spot you and then you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. If that happens, there's a good chance that you can die, and if not, you'll lose the decline. Alright, hello train. Now, if you ever played this game on PC, this train is very slow. Anyway, time for Welcome. We need to destroy a bridge, and it's across the map. So
Yeah.
this is the best solution.
And it's only a couple pixels wide. Oh wow, nice.
Vulcan has been cooperative. I'm fully expecting him to miss like 4 times in 16.
Yeah, that shot is generally hard to make, mainly because of Welkin's inaccuracy, but that was very good.
Yeah. I remember learning, like, if you like adjust a teeny bit upwards, it seems to be more likely. It could just be placebo. Anyway, the order we got, Caution, it's just going to reduce enemy fire. And it stacks with defense boost, so we'll take very little damage. Oh, we're still going to take quite a bit. But we're in no danger of dying, especially from full.
Yeah, she's gonna be fine.
It's the next mission that we have to worry about damage.
I'm chiming for a quick donation.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Alrighty. We got a $5.99 anonymous donation that says, let's get this train rolling. We are actually really close to 43,000, just $200 away from that, and we're inching ever so close to that $50,000 goal. Just as a reminder, we do have a couple of prizes that you can donate for during this run. Currently, there is a $5 donation for an Emil head plush from the Nier Automata run that we had earlier, and that is ending at the end of this run. So if you want to get your donation in for that, you have a little under an hour, about an hour left from this run. There's also a $5 donation prize for a copy of Kingdom Hearts 3 for PS4. That is running from this game as well as from the next run, The Lost Sphere. If you donate $30 throughout the event, you can enter for a chance to win a PS3 bundle, which includes a copy of Ni no Kuni, and it is a backwards compatible PS3, one of the rare ones, refurbished by our good buddy, Professor Palmer. And finally, at a $20 minimum donation, you can win a SNES Junior with RGB and S-Video mod.
Alrighty. So we're gonna have another HQ visit. It's pretty close to this one, but this time it's for R&D, and we really need the upgrades.
Yeah, we also just got a new tank and a tank driver. His name's Zaka, and he drives a Shamrock. But we're just gonna be changing his guns on the tank.
Yeah, we won't be seeing it for a while, but it's very important. Just want to get some armor upgrades for the soldiers and for the tank. The tank doesn't actually need the armor upgrades, but it does need more movement that we get from it. That'll come in much later.
Oh, that gives you more movement.
Yeah, I'll use it for 16 to make it a little more efficient. It only comes up once because there's no other tank movement missions after this. Alright, we're just gonna use Alicia for this one.
Yeah, this is like the ultimate Alicia Chronicles mission. So if you came here to see that, well,
yeah, this one is like probably the most like visually what people associate with Alicia. But first, the slow turn one.
yeah, turn 2 is where the fun stuff happens. Oh, nice! The guns didn't shoot at you.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot better at that position. But on New Game, it's actually not as important because you can mess up a little and you'll still not have to heal. But New Game Plus, it's really bad. Alright. Time to use the same orders we used last mission. Defense boost and caution. This time, though, we're going to take a lot of damage. Alright, and we're going to be healing twice here, minimum, because Alicia's about to take a lot of damage.
But it's very amusing because she can take it. Look at all those sight lines.
And heal again, because we have 2 turrets, and these ones, we cannot avoid. Not too bad, not too bad. Could have done a lot worse. And, time to save.
Yeah, this section can actually go a little bit badly if you get unlucky.
Yeah, there's quite a few ways to go unlucky. Some worse than others. The worst would be a dodge. There is just nothing we can do there.
Yeah, dodge if the grenade doesn't get him over the sandbags.
So that's
he's over the sandbags.
Get that one with the tank.
Yeah, so this is probably the funniest part of the mission. You get the tank to shoot the soldier in the base.
Alright. I thought I didn't have to heal him.
Yeah.
It was a bit scary with HP. If the scout would have taken a little longer, I would have ended action and healed Alicia first. And then I would have continued. Anyways, chapter 12. This is actually going to be returning to the chapter. What is it? Is it 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
But it's a bit. It's like 1 and 2 combined, actually.
Yeah. Because we're going back, take back the town, because we lost it, technically. Even though we took out the tank in 2, apparently we still lost. So we're going to use Alicia, but this time we're using a different set of orders. A little bit different. Because, we're going to take a lot of damage, but not as much as 11. Watch out for snipers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for the person who mentioned they started with 4 and they want to check out 1. 1 is more cheesable, as you can see. 4 is definitely not as cheesable as 1.
And we're going to use Demo Boost, I remembered. Sometimes I'm sleepwalking in the run, I use Caution here. Which, I mean, we take less damage, but we don't need to, so it's not a good order to use. This is gonna
yeah, you can go from 1 to 4 without 2 and 3.
Yeah. Honestly, like, all 4 of the games. Well, I guess 2 is the only one. Because 2 is just going to spoil the ending of this game, like, right away. But 1, 3, and 4 take place in the same time period. 2 is the only one that goes a little forward. Alright. This is the only ace we're going to engage in the game. Thankfully, he is not facing us, so he cannot dodge.
And we just need to get him out of there.
Otherwise, that could be a very killing unit. And this is what we need Demo Boost for. Alright, only one more Alicia. Well, not one more Alicia mission, but one more Alicia mission, then a break from Alicia, then another Alicia mission. But then she'll be going for the rest of the run. For the last, like, 25 minutes. But first, chapter 13. Alrighty. So this Alicia mission's a little different, because we don't have access to orders for most of the mission. We're gonna get them back, but at that point we're already gonna be done all the danger.
Yeah, in order to use orders, Welkin must be on the field, and in this case, Welkin is not on the field for most of the mission.
Yeah, there's like large rockets. They're gonna show it on screen, and anything in there would get hit by the rockets unless they're in the trenches, which we are always going to be in the trenches, so it's not a big deal for us.
Yeah, Alicia's easily going to get past it due to really big AP.
Right.
And staying close to the edge just prevents the Gatling guns from shooting you.
Yeah, because that would do a lot of damage. We have good health, so that's nice. You kind of want to have full HP for the next actions. Hello. Oh no. Alright, that's okay.
Oh,
Thankfully,
that's unfortunate, yeah.
thankfully we planned for that, because he's just going to wall.
The guy's just shooting at the wall. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a big deal as long as he hits the wall. If he isn't shooting at the wall, you just get damaged a lot, and that's not good.
Yeah. But usually if you resist center right, that shouldn't happen. That's actually really funny. There's a lot of times where the enemies in this game will hit a wall. We don't see it much anymore now.
Yeah. You're absolutely going to safety save here, right?
Yes, I will be saving. It's not a PB attempt. Because, this is partially a little scary to do, and then partially RNG, and also we can die even if we get past this. But if we are on low HP, I will, like, be cautious. Like, we can just use orders. As you can see, we have a lot of CP. So I'm gonna talk to a wall. Alright, that's the first part down. Now we have to not die.
That looks very good. Yeah, so what just happened there was a blind shot, and then, yeah, Sniperdog's going to use their sandbags in order to protect them and so they can occupy the base. The shock troopers are going to still shoot him afterwards, so hopefully he
Yes,
doesn't
hopefully we don't die.
get... Yeah.
Blind shot is the first part.
Yeah. Yeah, so this particular turn is probably one of the scariest in the run because of those two elements.
Alright, we're good. That is all the movement we're going to need. And now we can use orders. There's a tank in the base. All we need to do is demo boost to get past it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I actually figured this out. You can avoid this on PC, but most of the time on PC, this tank will turn and shoot you. But you're going to really get a good look on just how slow tanks are on PS4. Look at the barrel of its gun. It's going to try its best. Just too late.
Yeah, basically destroy a tank with a rifle.
Yeah. When we start doing the silly things, next chapter is like the peak of that. We're going to be destroying big tanks with rifles.
And yeah, if you kill too many enemies on the previous turn, there's actually going to be like an extra enemy in that base, so it's kind of perfect that only the tanks in the base, because they actually reach the enemy cap for this map as well. That should be mentioned.
Oh yeah. That's like if the shock trooper on the left would have survived, I would have done the backup, and that unit would have spawned. Because it's kind of the same time as saving and reloading. But if the shock trooper on the right would have dodged or not been knocked out, I would have had to save and reload. Alright, time for an HQ.
This should be the last HQ of the run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, depending on like how things are going. This is the last in like the fastest routes. But I might just take easy to safe.
Okay.
We'll do that Marina. Alright, and now we're gonna get both of them to elites. And then we're going to level up snipers significantly for a very nice order that we'll be using in almost every mission for the rest of the game. And congratulations, they are now elite. One more level up. Well, this could be our last time leveling, depending on whether I want to take them safe. We will see. Alright, and we have to go to R&D. Basically, the only thing we're going to be doing for the rest of the game is shock trooper or sniper related. Because the other units are already sufficiently upgraded.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to know, clip size does more damage than firepower boost for the shock troopers, mainly because you have more bullets.
Yes. We'll see the effects of that in a few chapters. Alright, and if anyone wants a break, this is a very long break coming up, because we have to watch Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia's turned to a Valkyria, and so we can't control her for this mission. But she's going to destroy some units, so you can either take a break or just watch Alicia wreak havoc on these tanks.
This is the best I can do. I can spin the camera, but I'm not on PC, so it's pretty slow.
Just want to remind everyone, and inform anyone who might be just now joining us. We are questing for glory, hope, and healing on the RPG Limit Break channel, raising money for a National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI. If you're interested in what NAMI does, you can find them on their social media accounts at NAMI on Facebook, at NAMI Communicate on Twitter, at NAMI Communicate on Instagram, and notalone.nami.org, and ok2talk.org on their Tumblrs.
Alright. And now we're going to do a little movement and then watch enemy phase and Alicia again. But then we'll start to do the mission. We just have to set things up for the boss that's going to spawn on us.
Yeah, this is basically setting up. It's a fun little setup.
Yeah, it will make sense in a few minutes. I just noticed this is a wavy run. I actually forgot that.
Yep.
We don't see the second scout too much. It's only 8-2 and 14. Move all the way forward around here, and we're gonna turn. We might see something cool. Sometimes that cutscene doesn't play. Saves like 2 seconds, and it's pretty silly to get it.
Oh, really? You mean
the enemy reinforcements? Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Oh yeah, this is why we upgraded the armor on the tank.
Yeah, otherwise it gets speed up for a little bit. And now more Alicia walking. Trying to put the camera on her shield, but I'm not very good at it.
I think this is your last chance because she's immediately attacks the last one.
Yeah, she's really fast for this one. That's camera. Okay, I could like barely aim. But that's going to be the last thing Alicia shoots. That's actually true for the run, because she's going to be used next mission, but no shooting. Alright, now Larga's just going to take a walk. It's funny we get sight lines. I never noticed that. And now to use some mortars on our scout. So
yeah,
similar to yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to use demo boost and penetration. And penetration, I think, nullifies any defense or lowers it significantly.
Yeah, ignores defense.
Yeah.
It's basically like using defense boost and caution. It just makes, instead of it making you not die, it makes everything else die.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Anyway, we're gonna capture a flag. Alicia's gonna faint, and they're gonna ambush us. But since we know this is happening, we already have everyone in position. Like Largo is literally just behind the tank, and Wavy is on the way to the next one.
Yeah, the ambushes are quite nasty too if you don't see them coming casually. Like, I think they just carpet bomb the a part of the map that you really need to go to.
Yeah. And then they like launch fire and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really scary. And there's also like 10 different units that spawn.
But we're going to avoid all that.
Yeah. None of that is going to matter. That's generally this run, that's how it works. There's a whole lot of enemies in level design and you kind of just walk past it. There's going to be a mission we do that like, and we don't even do the level coming up very shortly. But I do not actually want them to see me, because if they did see me, that shock trooper over there, I am dead. Very bad mistake.
Yeah, if you get a little bit too close, yeah, that shock trooper will murder you.
Alright, and now we did a little like chip damage. Now we're gonna go to the weak point twice, unless I miss. But I shouldn't miss. Because like I get the circle all the way on.
You say that, but we're dealing with the Valkyria and Chronicle accuracy. The XCOM accuracy. But it's all good.
Alright. That's one tank. The next one we're going to at least destroy the anti-tank units.
This will be fun if Tank Slayer activates.
Yes, if I get Tank Slayer, just like in 7, it's helpful. Allow me to do this in 2. Dang.
You could activate in the last turn just to troll you.
There we go. Going to pick up from here for about 2 missions. I like the next 2 missions. First, some storybook mode stuff that we're gonna skip.
Yeah, we don't really talk about Valdio.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of the story characters we never see in the speedrun, so we usually don't mention them. Like Silvaria, she's a story character, but she hasn't really been on screen, and we're almost done the game. Alright, time for 15-1.
I mean, she was on screen in Chapter 13, but she wasn't on screen like in Chapter 7.
Alright, this is our last usage of Alicia for the game. Alright, anyway, we got this back in 11, but we can use Smooth. And we actually are going to need them for quite a few missions. In this case, just so Alicia doesn't die.
Yeah, and if you position the smoke bomb just right, the enemy won't move on the enemy turn, and it saves you like a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so hopefully I got it right. I'm pretty sure the setup was good. Anyway, the goal of this is we have to open these 3 switches. So there's one, and we do not have the movement, so we're gonna hide, and we'll do the rest on turn 2.
Yeah, she would be spoiling the grass over there. Yeah, that was perfect positioning.
Alright, so we're gonna use Caution. Because we're gonna take quite a bit of damage. And depending on how bad it is, we'll have to heal.
Yeah, and Caution gives more defense and defense boost, is that correct?
Yes, for this one. I remember when I took a break from playing, I forgot that we were supposed to use Caution only. I was using defense boost only, and I basically died here every time.
Oops.
You probably aren't gonna get past this. Also, we technically just skipped a cutscene. If you move too forward, I'll explain what a ladder is.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a second switch. There's Valkyria. Out of then we just get this run. After 14 is it? I believe you get that if you're below half HP, and it really likes to activate. Anyway, this is our second train of the game. And like the first one, it is going to blow up. But this time we're the ones who wanted to blow up.
It's like that mission in Starbucks 64.
Yes. Anyway, this is the boss fight with Silvaria, a character that you've only seen in cutscenes, but she's really scary. Like playing this game normally, she's really scary, and she like one-shots you if you're in front of her. But she's not using the thing that she does that when she's in Valkyria form, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so first we're going to use a smoke round. Then we're going to use the Shamrock, the tank we got in Chapter 11.
Yeah, this is why we want to change to Gatling gun.
You do not want to walk into that. Here we go.
I think I did that in my first couple of runs. Yeah, a couple of times.
Alright, and normally she dodges like everything, but she can't see us in the smoke.
Yeah. And Auto said that we had to go out in the smoke. And to go in, yeah.
There we go.
Yes, and therefore she can't dodge.
There's a really like big level going on here where you have to like use elevators and go up ladders and turn her around, but you can just do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to like sniper relay her.
Alright, and now it's time for an even bigger tank than the tank in Chapter 7.
This is basically like a battleship.
Yeah, it barely qualifies as a tank. Also, you're gonna see it, it's really funny. It has a face painted on it.
Yeah. So the safe strat is to deploy Alicia, but the more riskier strat is to just use Welkin and rely on his accuracy.
Yes, so I'm going to be relying on Welkin for 4 things that I technically could avoid, but I'm sure he'll cooperate. He's been great this whole run.
Oh yeah, and the other... So if you bring Alicia along, and also Zaka, they have plot armor, so they won't die. Because you don't have any bases in this mission, your units that don't have plot armor will die. So...
Yeah, because that big tank, you'll see it pretty soon. We're ending in smoke so we don't get seen. It's chasing us. It's going to run over the Shamrock. Fortunately, the smoke kind of blocks it this turn, but you'll be able to get a good look on it soon. No, it's not gonna. Oh yeah, so we want the Marmoda, that's our big tank, to go and follow us, because we have a bunch of landmines that are going to try to destroy it. So we're going to go and trick it by causing landslides, so it can only go the way we want. And even though the militia set this up, apparently we have to do all the work.
Well, that's because the main army was blown up by Silvaria.
Oh yeah. The entire army got destroyed, I forgot the plot point.
Silvaria literally nuked them.
Right. That's probably important to know. Yeah, so Sorry is dead, by the way. Good job, Vulcan.
Oh, that was close.
Dang. Alright, so is this... Yeah, this is when, you have to do this.
Safety safe, yeah.
Because we have to use our next CP as well. There we go, Vulcan. Took him a while, but that's the hard one, friend. Alright, so now there's our rock slides. And apparently the Bermuda cannot block these, even though I'm pretty sure it like runs over a city later in the game. And a forest. But this landslide is just too much. There's its face. I think they're just explaining right now why we have to divert its path. Anyway, more welcome things. So, they have tank barricades. So, we have to stop those. And we can use more. But yeah, it's faster to shoot them.
Yeah, an old strat was using mortars.
Yes, they're quite a bit safer, but I'll be honest, I feel like Vulcan can handle the barricades. We're very close to them. Alright, and same as every turn here, we're gonna end turn in smoke, just to avoid enemy phases.
And usually mortars get rid of smoke, but usually the enemy ends their turn.
Yeah, so we really get lucky on that one. Also, we did not get the trees. One thing I'm gonna mention is if the mortars hit the trees, you'll see this is probably gonna happen because there's quite a few rounds of mortars. The game will like freeze for a little, and you actually lose time there. Oh, see, they're right near the both of them are near trees. Alright, round 2, Welcome. Good job. 2 for 2. You never missed a single shot this mission.
Not even the ones on the
Nope, and he certainly isn't going to miss the last shot of the mission. Alright, that's our last smoke round for 16. Because we actually do need to use one more. But that won't be for a while. Alright, that was a good tree. That was a good tree. You'll be able to tell because like you'll hear like branches crumbling. That's hopefully a good way to describe the sound effect. Yeah. Well, that sounds good. Alright, once again, we're gonna cause some landslides. 1. Vulcan's last chance to miss in the run. Good job. And now we wait.
Yeah. You can't complete this mission earlier than I think it's turn 10 or something like that.
Yeah, like 8 or 9. We just have to like end turn for like let's say 2.5 minutes. Because we just have to wait till the Remoda gets to the end. Good mortars. Alright, after this, one more turn at the end. And then we will move on to the last 3 missions of the game. This is the long one. And Alicia's just gonna bring up a work that we have already stopped. And now we just wait till the Mermaid reaches the goal. And this is the part where I mentioned that unfortunately, we don't actually stop the Bermuda. The mission is kind of a failure in that the Bermuda achieves its goal, and we will see that when we get to 18-1. But first, we're going to return to Chapter 4's map for quick boss fights. And this is where we're going to really see just how powerful the T-Mag 10 is, plus penetration and demo boost. We're going to be using that for 2 boss fights in a row. Alright, there's our waters. We have just enough CP to do this in 1 turn. Chapter 17 is really scary if you actually see what happens when the enemy gets control.
Yeah. The enemy does a lot on the enemy phase here on the enemy phase 1, so you want to finish it off on 10-1.
Yeah. A lot of people I've seen watching, like, playing this game, the turn 1 just completely destroys them. Thankfully, we don't have to do any of that. 3 actions, and that's just enough to get the kill. So the first 2 rounds are destroy the tank's armor. Then the last action will actually destroy the body. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, hit the tread instead of the mostly hit the tread instead of the body.
Alright, onwards to Chapter 18. That is the last chapter of the game, but there are 2 maps we have to clear. But first, quite a bit of book mode skipping.
Yeah, these whole 2 pages is just plot.
Yeah. Now the last map. So 18-1, on PS4, this is actually going to be pretty slow. Because this is a 2-turner.
Yeah, we thought The main reason why we thought PC was faster for the longest time was because of this mission.
Yeah, the enemy phase is going to be about a minute of just waiting. Then after that, the rest of the run is very fast-paced. Alright, lots of dialogue, and now this will be Wilkins' last shot from the game, but he cannot miss this. We just need him to hit this plating. I have never seen him miss that, and I hopefully will never see that happen.
Yeah, anytime you play, if you don't change your targets, and that's your own fault.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the circle is like perfect for it. Alright, we're gonna use smoke around here.
Yeah, this can be scary sometimes if you're not too deeply in, because the one of the units can actually hit the back of your tank and you just die.
Hopefully that does not happen.
Yeah.
Alright, time for the longest shuffling in the game. They're gonna go and shuffle until they're down to 1 CP.
Good time for donations.
Was just about to ask, actually. So we did get a donation, $25 from Osty426. Just wanted to say thanks to Sniper, Eon, and Chat for entertaining me during a great run. This is an amazing cause that isn't talked about enough, and we're putting this towards hexaplexing that train in Final Fantasy VI. Thank you everyone for what you're doing. Well, thank you very much for your donation, Asti. You're 175 away from 43,000. Hopefully we can get to the end of that by the end of this run, and hopefully 50,000 by the end of this marathon. Keep those donations coming. We're just about near the end of this run for the email head cutoff for the Near Automata prize. But we still have a few more runs left for you to get your donations in, a couple of incentives as well. Upcoming on the next run of Lost Sphere by Friday, we do have 3 bid wars that you can put your money towards. The name for Kanata, which is currently leading, the name PP Tenshi is leading with $50, with The Law in second place with $12.50. It's a bit of a reference to Setsuna from 2017. God, that takes me back. There's also a name for Lumina, which is currently leading with The Law at $12.50, and Anime at $5, and Friday 2 at $4. And finally, there is one bid war of Save or Sacrifice Lumina, with Sacrifice leading at $5.99 and Save at $4. So only $2 enough to make a difference in that one right now.
So this is why we had to shoot that, so we can get up here. That can sometimes cause a problem, but we actually got a good ramp this run. I'm gonna try to kill both of them at once. Nice.
Oh wow.
Alright, and now the shield is dropped below that lance, so we can attack it, and it's going to take 3 rounds with the T-Mag 10 to destroy it. It could take 2 rounds if I get the potential metalhead twice in a row.
Have you ever gone there in a run? Because I heard that.
I have not gotten that in a run. I've gotten 2 metalheads in a run, but it's on the 2nd and 3rd action, so it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, I think that happened to me as well.
Alright. All done. 18-1. Alright, so I'm gonna take the final mission pretty safe. Since we have Marina, we're going to be doing an HQ trip here. In like record attempts, we wouldn't do any of this, but probably the best for marathons. I've had some practice runs where I've been hitting at the sniper for like 3 minutes. So we're just gonna do this. That is get ultimate accuracy, which will make it so our sniper Marina will never miss. And this is to get T-Mag 20. It's not required for the kill, but it makes it a lot safer.
You also get more bullets, so
Yes.
more damage.
Yeah, with the T-Mag 10, it doesn't do enough to destroy a tower on its own, so if you like somehow didn't get penetration to connect, you would miss. That'd be very bad. We just deployed a bunch of units for extra CP, as well as a lot of these units we're actually gonna have to use. So this is our final boss. It's Maximilian. He has made himself into an artificial Valkyria. He has 3 towers powering him, and we cannot deal any damage to him until those towers are destroyed. And when we do deal damage to him, if we do too much, he will teleport in the back. And then we'll have to deal with a turn 2. So we're going to avoid all that. So first, we're going to use penetration on a shock trooper. This is just to get the kill as well as to help destroy the towers, because they are armored units. There is one. And Maximilian's very scary, so we're gonna wait.
Yeah, we
Takes
use
a
the,
very long time to do it.
use the tanks as a shield as
Yes.
we max.
There's a small chance I could live if I just ran at him, but not the best idea. There's the second tower. And the third one, that is why we need a sniper for this run. You could use Vulcan, but it's very risky. I do
And
not.
we don't want to rely on Vulcan's accuracy again.
We do not have to zoom in with ultimate accuracy. It's just my muscle memory. And since I'm doing the old kill, I need to switch my weapons. We're not going to use the Shamrock Scatling gun for this.
You're going to use the Irma, which is a machine gun with less ammo. We don't want to get Maximilian down a certain threshold. If he gets past a certain threshold, he'll go into phase 2 and change positions on the map. Oh yeah. Time was when Maximilian's HP hits 0, which is going to be hopefully after this next attack.
Yeah, I will save just in case.
Yeah.
His HP looks a little bad.
Yeah, his HP is a little bit high.
Alright, that is time. Sorry if you guys are a little late.
GG.
Thank you. I have no idea what that was.
It was 153.
Oh. I guess that's pretty good. All done.
But yeah, if you're interested in Valkyria Chronicles speedrunning, we have a speedrun.com page, and we do have a Discord as well for all Valkyria Chronicles game if you want to speedrun this one or a different one.
Yeah, and I'm also making a tutorial series. I've been slowly getting there for New Game and New Game Plus in this game. Probably be done in about a week or so. Anyways, thank you for having me. It was fun to show the run after a lot of the routing we've done. And thank you, Anne, for commentating with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Yeah, and please donate to NAMI. They're absolutely wonderful.
Yes, that is a very nice cause. Definitely something that everyone can use.
Well, alrighty. So, real quick, just want to get in. We have a $5 donation from Sindrino with no comment. Remember, any amount of donations goes towards a wonderful cause. I know some people say like, "Oh, I can only offer this much," but you know, even as whatever the minimum donation is, still goes a very long way. So, we appreciate any donations, large and small. So coming up next, we have a run of Lost Sphere by Friday. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We still got a few more runs left for you this weekend. And that's going to be it for me on the mic tonight. I'll send you over to Curlon, who will be hosting the next run.